Hello. How's it going? Can you hear us all right? Cool, cool. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the third OpenClaw meetup hosted by AI Clubhouse. Robin and I are extremely excited to have everyone here and really appreciate you taking precious time out of your weekend to come join us at this special event. I'll give a quick origin story for those who are new here. So, yeah, my name is JM. I work in fintech as a software engineer. And late last year in November, OpenClaw, which you could call a personal AI agent software, was released. And it became one of the fastest growing open source projects in history. And around that time, I had just moved to LA from New York. And I was deep into setting up my OpenClaw, setting up personalities for my agents, trying to fix cron jobs. And I didn't have a lot of friends out here, especially in tech, and I just wanted to, I had a feeling people would be really interested in this just like me. So I went on Luma, and I searched up OpenClaw, and I got nothing. So I hit up my good friend Robin, who also had just moved to LA, and I said, hey, I think we should host an OpenClaw meetup with just of our friends, see who shows up. And being the good friend Robin is, he says, genius. Y'all need a friend like Robin, an encouraging one. And so, yeah, we were trying to get a small venue, intimate, to get some friends together, but for better or for worse, we couldn't really rub together 5 friends to put together an event. So we decided to put it on Luma as a public event and just see who shows up. And in 2 weeks, we had about 10 to 15 signups, and we were like, holy smokes, the demand is crazy. Like, we're gonna meet so many friends. It's gonna be great. And then 2 days before the event, this happened, where Peter Steinberger, the creator of OpenClaw, tweeted about Luma meetups. And because it was 2 days before our event, we were at the top of that list as soon as you click that link. And so we had 100 signups overnight, 2 days before the event, which suddenly the most pressing question became, do we have enough chairs? And can we even make this happen? Both of us not really having event planning experience. But as some of you may know who have come to the first meetup, it turned out pretty successful. A lot of people showed up. We had some awesome demos. The energy was just super awesome. And people kept coming up and asking us like, when's the next one? And so Robin and I looked at each other and we were like, guess we gotta host another one. And so last month we did, and that was our second meetup, an even bigger crowd, more intricate demos, and we even had a chance to do a little workshop where we helped people set up OpenClaw. And the energy was just really electrifying, and it was so good. And yeah, after that, we just kind of felt, we really tapped into some sort of demand that people have in LA for AI, that they just needed to let out. Not tell their spouses about AI, but come here and nerd out with each other, you know? And so we felt really excited about that. And I guess what I want to emphasize is that we're a very nascent community, if you want to even call it that. And we've been doing a couple monthly meetups. This is our third one. And we've been getting ideas on what to do from here because we think it has the potential to grow into something more. You know, people have been suggesting co-working days, maybe hackathons. Andy wants to do a rooftop barbecue, which we really want to make happen, Andy. We're gonna make it happen. And so we're all ears. And if you want to join our Telegram community and share any feedback, any thoughts about where you want to take this, we really appreciate it. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's a community, and we think everyone in this room has good ideas and the potential to help us shape this into something that who knows what it'll become. So we would appreciate any and all input. And yeah, speaking of, last workshop that we did at the meetup taught us 2 things. One, there is a lot of demand for smaller events that are more intimate and hands-on, not just watching people do really cool community demos, but really getting hands-on, helping them set up the tech that they don't have experience with and whatnot. And also, we realized that OpenClaw may not be the best entry point for beginners getting into AI. So we decided to host our first workshop. It's gonna be 2 hours, limited spots, hosted by yours truly. And we're just gonna teach you how to become a power Claude user. I'm gonna go through all of the different workflows on how to not just use it as a chatbot, but use different features like Claude Cowork, Claude Code, and yeah, help you at the end of the day optimize your workflow, save time, and get out there feeling like an AI native person in this new workforce. So check that out. All the proceeds from this workshop are going to go to this to make sure we have our monthly meetups free and open and accessible for the future. So yeah, before I hand it off, I just want to say, like, you probably hear about AI every single day, but and you might even feel a little anxious that, oh my God, I'm late to the bandwagon, everything's happening so quickly, but just want to rest assured, like, this software, OpenClaw, has only been here for about 5-6 months, and a lot of the AI revolution, at least the ones with the new transformer model, has been changing, ChatGPTs and whatnot, has really happened in the last year or two. So everyone here is early, and you should know that. And we're all having to figure everything out together, but it's just exciting that we're all together here, figuring it out in the same room. So, and to that, I'm going to hand it off to Robin, and we're going to talk about our lovely sponsors who helped us make this event happen. So take it away, Robin.
All right, everyone loves sponsors. Also, I had no idea he was going to present sort of like our origin story, and he totally revealed my green bubble, the text message. It's like catching strays. All right, so our first sponsor, this is actually our longest running sponsor, Privy/Stripe. They provide secure, scalable onboarding, programmable infrastructure powering 120 million plus accounts, enabling autonomous agent-driven experiences. They've also provided drinks, snacks. Big shout out. All right, Here.now, super excited. Our newest sponsor, Here.now, lets you go from an idea to a live website in seconds. It's super cool. You can make anything with an AI tool, a page, a document, anything, and Here.now gives you a shareable link instantly. So we've been huge fans of this product for a while. Really cool to get connected. And we're gonna see a really cool demo in a bit. Next sponsor is ASEO Work, sorry if I'm butchering that, by Alibaba. This is the world's first AI agent platform built for real businesses. From product sourcing to marketing to CRM, it handles everything in one conversation. Awesome, let's keep going here. And we'll also get a demo of that in a bit. And then Trillium, last but not least. Trillium is actually run by a massage therapist with over 11 years of experience offering on-site massage at home or business. He's actually here and set up in the back. There's a massage chair in the back. He's doing complimentary 5-minute massages. Tips would be appreciated. And he's also raffling off a free 1-hour session. So make sure you go say hello while you're here. Okay, last but not least, Red Bull. Red Bull, quick thank you for keeping us caffeinated today. There's back. Excited.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Robin. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and have our sponsors come and demo. So if Adam, you want to come demo Here.now real quick? And then next up will be Z-Way, if you're ready.
The CEOs of Stripe and Alibaba were not available to demo, so they have me, the founder of Here.now. My name's Adam, and I'm gonna wait for this to connect and then we'll get started. Okay. Great. How's everybody doing? Thank you, JM and Robin, for having me. So I'm the founder of Here.now. It's a service for all of you that are building with agents. So if you're creating something with an agent and you need a URL for it, that's what Here.now does. I started this 2 months ago because sometimes, increasingly all the time, you just need a URL for something that you're building with your agent and you don't want to start a new GitHub repo, start a new project on Vercel. You just want to host the thing really fast from inside your agent. And increasingly, we're building lots of things with agents. We're not just building full-blown apps, we're building dashboards, reports. This presentation, if you see at the top of the screen, I created it in Cursor. in Cursor, and then I just said publish it to here.now, and that was about 20 minutes ago, and here's the presentation. So 2 months ago, I tweeted it out, and as of this morning, we just crossed 150,000 sites, which is, I'm sharing because I feel great about it, but no, I'm sharing because it's a testament to something else that's happening, which is as a solo founder, solo entrepreneur, you can build stuff with really big impact thanks to agents. This would not have been possible a few years ago. So to use it, you just go to here.now, click this button, which copies instructions. It's just text, and you just paste it into like OpenClaw or Claude or Cursor, and I'll show you that. And then you just tell your agent, hey, publish this thing to here.now. And then it's online, and it's online at a fresh URL. You don't have to sign up. You don't need an account. You don't need an API key. You can just copy that into your agent and then say publish. So I'll show you that briefly, and then I'll pass the mic back. So this is OpenClaw. I have already set up the skill. I'd already copied and pasted those instructions. And then I just have a text down there that says publish a site with here.now that says AI Clubhouse rocks. Yes, and while it's doing that, has anyone heard of Hermes agent, or for the fancy people, Hermes agent? Okay, so same thing, I'm over here, I've already told it about this skill. Let's say publish. So this just says publish a site saying hi. Okay, so we'll go back to here. It's done, and we'll click. This is the OpenClaw one we just asked, and there you go. AI rocks. There's your URL. The Hermes one will finish too, but I'll cede my time back. And thank you all. And if you want to get in touch, if you want to get involved at all, email hello@here.now. Again, my name's Adam. Thanks again to AI Clubhouse.
Amazing. Next, getting a little crackly here. Next up we'll have Ziwei demo Axio work.
Hello everyone, my name is Ziwei. I work at Alibaba.com. For those of you who are not as familiar, we are one of the leading global B2B commerce platforms. So in the world of sourcing, we connect buyers and sellers. So think about you want to open your own TikTok shop and you want to do a drop shipping business. So you're constantly in need of finding new products or finding suppliers to create your own custom products. And about a month ago, we just launched our own agentic business platform called Axio Work. You can think of it as the OpenClaw for the world of business, small business owners. I'll explain a little bit more about that, but before that, I want to clarify a few things of why we are here. So for this tool, we position it as more of a plug and play OpenClaw specialized for business. Think about sourcing, think about opening or running your e-commerce store like Shopify, Amazon, Etsy, TikTok Shop, etc. Think about all of your management, like your social media, your community, etc. So it is not necessarily built for builders like some of you might have been. Actually, raise your hand, you already built your own OpenClaw agent or workflow. Okay, and then raise your hand if you're in the process, you've already started in the process. And then raise your hand if you're just exploring, this is not necessarily your thing, but you just want to learn. Okay, so great. So this tool is built mostly for the third part, the third group of us, but more in the world of e-commerce. But we are here today as a sponsor, not to sell this tool to you, but rather asking you for your opinions and your feedback. So we really welcome all of the questions, challenges of things that where you see this as being helpful. For those of us out there in the world, especially in the world of business, who are interested in leveraging the power of AI, but who just don't have the time or the technical capability for it. So that's our goal, and we're super excited to hear from all of you, regardless of your technicality or where you are in your journey. So a quick overview of our tool. This is a desktop app. When you download it, you can open it up as any other apps. And then on the left side, we have a bunch of elements or components pre-built just for our e-commerce builders. For example, we have our own library of skills that we developed based on our 25 years of knowledge in sourcing, in running your business, etc. And the whole skills constantly gets updated. We almost get app updates every single day, so our users are getting new skills all the time. And then when you download the tool for the first time, there are already a bunch of agents pre-built based on all of the combination of skills that we have identified being the most helpful. So for those users who are less technical, just want something that works, think about an OpenClaw, that when you download it, it's already trained in the world of business, less of an intern, but more experience higher. Then you have things like Shopify operators, etc. And then we also have built our own connectors. So this is where we allow our users to directly engage email, let the agents to email, negotiate with suppliers, directly post on social media, directly engage with their communities for feedback, for DMs, for pipeline generation, etc. And then we are also building our own channels that allows our users to not only interact with the agent or the agent team on their but also in other channels as well. So that's on a high level what the tool looks like, and our goal is that when our users download it for the first time, there are already agents specialized in specific areas in the world of e-commerce and business that can help them start on the project, such as finding the right suppliers, such as identifying new creators that can help you with your specific type of products, such as already posting on all the media channels for you, and also maybe directly running your Shopify store in terms of product listing updates, or even opening up your Shopify store for the first time. And my last call out here, so this will be a QR code, even if you are not in the world of you're not in the world of e-commerce, you just want to try it out. You can scan a QR code, and then later down on your laptop you can download as well. For all of the new users, we have a 7-day onboarding credits. So we do have kind of the free tier based on tokens, and it will allow you to use some of the most advanced word like SOTA models, such as for Anthropic, the Claude, Opus, and also GPT 5.4. So even if you're not in the world of e-commerce, you just want to use it out, then download it, take advantage of the onboarding credits, and you can still run have access with the credits to some of the key models out there in the world. So that's everything I have for all of you today. I will be around for the rest of the events. So I'm super curious to hear from you on where do you see as opportunities, either for people you know, even in your own business, or maybe this will inspire some of you to open up your own e-commerce business on your own. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Zoe. Those are some epic sponsored demos. Robin, you want something to say?
Sorry, I didn't do my one job. I forgot to shout out Ariane, who gave us the space. So big shout out to Ariane. So he's over here. He's in the back. He's hanging out, and his space is called Art. This is called Art and Space. Art ampersand space. So if you're interested in hosting your own event, something like this, please talk to him. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Ariane. And Adam and Zoe, those are some insane demos. Yeah. Yeah, Clubhouse rocks. I love that. We're now going to get into our community demos for awesome members of our community, and we're going to start out with David. Fun fact, David is an OG OpenClaw contributor, and he's going to demo for us Lobster Link. Take it away, David.
All right, hey everyone, I'm David Gutman. I use OpenClaw to set up AI employees for founders and solopreneurs. And today I'm going to tell you about something that I built and the problem behind it. It is LobsterLink. It lets agents use their own browser, but without your password. So agents need the web. All the useful stuff happens on websites that often don't have APIs. So like LinkedIn, If you wanted your agent to handle all your spam messages and make sure you never saw them ever, you can't do that with an API. If you wanted to order yourself lunch on Grubhub using your agent, also can't do that, needs a real browser. The problem is that the web does not like this. It's made for humans. It has had a lot of time trying to prevent bots from doing all of the things that you want your OpenClaw agent to do. Now, one thing that you could do, of course, is just give it your passwords, have it attempt to log in. That doesn't really work so well for a number of reasons, but one reason why you may not want to do that is even though OpenClaw is fairly great at avoiding prompt injection and having people trick it into giving you your passwords, if it doesn't know your password, it actually can't give it away. Now, a better mental model is imagine that you have a company, you have an intern, they want to go on LinkedIn and post for you or something like that. You don't actually give them your credentials. You just walk over to their desk, type it in for them, and then they're logged in. So the idea is you let OpenClaw use its own browser, and it just has everything limited to what you give it access to, but don't give it your credentials. The problem is that I don't know where you keep your OpenClaw, but sometimes it is pretty inconvenient to go walk over and do this. So you can have things like VNC or remote desktop. You could leave it set up with a keyboard and mouse and a monitor. But for me, when I set these up for founders, I usually put it on a VPS, and they're not particularly technical, and you run into all kinds of nonsense like copy and paste not working, VNC. It's just a huge pain in the butt. So, lobster link. So the idea is that the agent says, hey, I ran into a problem. It gives you a link. So it just sends it to you over text or however you have it wired up. You click the link, and then what you see is a browser tab. It's one-to-one mirrored with what it sees. You log in, and then you close the browser, that's it. And then it's logged in on its side, and it goes about its business. So it's a little bit easier to show than to talk about. The text is really small, don't worry about that. I will show you what's going on in a second. But the point is, I have just told it, hey, open up LinkedIn, give me a link to share the tab. So that's actually what's going on over here. That's that link. So then I click on it. So the browser on the left is mine, the browser on the right is OpenClaw's. I go ahead and give that a click, and then now it loads LinkedIn. So you can see my mouse on the left is mirrored to the one on the right. So I'm typing on the left, it types on the right. You all have probably seen remote desktop before, so it's probably not that mind-blowing. So just moving on, this I think is actually the coolest part. Hey, ignore the potato resolution. Just, hey, open your browser to LinkedIn, share the tab, sends you the link, you click on it, you're in, do the thing, and then it just goes about its business. So the real use case for me is I used to avoid LinkedIn messages, period. If you sent me a LinkedIn message, I would never see it because there's just way too much spam. OpenClaw solved this. OpenClaw goes and reads my messages for me, and if somebody is not pitching me something really silly, like all the dev shops pitching me dev shop services when I had a dev shop, so now it just surfaces the actual messages from people I want to talk to, which is great. And that is it. So the website is lobster link, just a dot before the INK. And then if you want the QR code, that'll just take you to the tweet with the demo video and a link of how to set that up. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Lobster link. Next up, we have Andrew, who's going to be demoing a tiny CV, an agent that creates your personalized CV. Something like that. Take it away.
Hi, everyone. Okay. I too also created a presentation right before this. So I'm going to attempt to do the whole thing, the demo, inside the presentation as well. I haven't tried this live yet, so there's like a good chance it will not work. Hi, I'm Andrew. So I'm newly opportunity hunting, and like everybody, you know, you sit down, you're like, I gotta write a resume, a CV. I haven't done that in a while. Let's build a product to write the CV instead of actually writing the CV. So I spent like a couple of days on this, again, potato resolution. So the actual thing itself helps you like make it look nice, but I wanted my agent to be able to interact with it. And so this is the demo. I set it up so that you can use API calls certainly, but you can pay for like all the information gathering of you and your life, like on LinkedIn, different Google searches, through agent payments. So if you've heard of X402, MPP, all that, so you can make these like micro payments to do LinkedIn scraping and whatnot. So here's the demo. Again, the actual like calling takes maybe like 2 minutes, but I'm not going to subject that you guys to that. I'm going to just show it to you in action. But what you get after it does its review, by the way, this is like a super sped up demo because in the real process, you would go back and forth with it on what you want to include, whatnot. But you can ask it to make a CV. I asked it to make it for my friend Ryan Hoover. So out of that, here's a little preview link. And look, there you go. Here's a resume, and here's Markdown, so you can edit it. You could do a little bit of like fancy styling, different, you know, whatnots. And this is fine, but let's say I don't really care about the actual editing. I'm just gonna go and I wanna make the CV itself. This will take a few minutes, but at the end of it, you get something that looks like this, an actual PDF. This one's pre-editing, but you can get a PDF out of it and you get a nice hosting link. All of it is done directly through your agent. Here's a little preview link. Yeah, there it is. Oh, also, sorry, one more thing. If you want to do the agent payments yourself, the nice people at Agent Cash gave me a code. You guys can use this code, and you get 5 USDC to try your own agentic payments inside of your agents. I'm not affiliated with them whatsoever. There's about $250 associated with this code, so have fun.
Thank you again, Andrew. That was a fire demo. Yeah, we've all been there. Instead of doing the work, you build something to do the work. But I think that'll land you a job, dude, for sure. Next up, we have Catherine, who is going to show us her site she built for her real estate work. Can y'all hear us all right at the back? Thumbs up. Thumbs down if any of you have seen Project Hail Mary.
Hi everyone. I'm going to show you how in just 3 days without any coding background, I was able to build a SaaS that's actually live and taking payments and serving real customers. So my name is Catherine Paul, and I'm a real estate investor as well as an e-commerce consultant. And honestly, I don't have any coding background. Like, I've always been scared of the terminals because I'm like, they're black. I'm like, no, it's not gonna happen. So, but when I first learned about OpenClaw, I was quite interested. I was like, maybe I could do something about, whatever comes to mind. So I challenged myself and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to come up with something. And because I have people that, I have a lot of friends that are in the real estate industry and all that, they have like a lot of things that they do, a lot of admin work at least. So I was like, what if I could build something that could actually help speed up the process? You know, like maybe, you know, creating listings and all that. So I decided to chat with my bot and I asked her to come up with agents that actually are good at real estate. Like not just ChatGPT, like typing in like in the chat and like coming up with something generic, but actually agents that seem like they've been in the industry for like years. So then we came up with a squad. Luna that helps with like the listings, Chase helps with the follow-up, and Atlas the market analysis, and Sage brand strategist and Scout for the SEO. And well, before all this, I wasn't able to do any of that. I had the idea, yes, but because I don't have any coding background, I just kind of brought my vision and I kind of put it in front of the, OpenClaw, and OpenClaw did everything, like all that coding and debugging and all that. I didn't know any of that. I didn't even know what Clark was and all that, but it was able to do all these things, and it was pretty swift. And yeah, so I just wanted to show you kind of what's possible with it. So I will just test maybe the agent bio. So we have to brief Sage, and I'll just input in like Catherine, and I'll say maybe 10 years experience, first time buyers, and I'll just leave this as warm and approachable. So then when I put in the information that I need, the agent is gonna draft something for me that's it's gonna be like beautiful. So it will take like, sometimes it takes a while. Well, at least for people that are in this industry, they have to like come up or like pay someone to do this bit of like maybe listings or handle all that. But it's with this, you're able to do it in like just seconds. So yeah, so I just wanted to come and like try to inspire, especially for people that have no coding background like myself. I was able to chat with my OpenClaw and like tell her that, hey, I have no coding background, just give me all the steps, like break it down for me, and they will she was able to do that, or like clear instructions. So if I'm able to do it, I believe anyone else is able to do this. So I just wanted to inspire you guys, and yeah. So that's it. Anyone who wanted to check out my site, that's the QR code. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Very inspiring. Next up, we'll have Bobby, who's going to show us his LLM analyst agent. Come on up here, Bobby.
Okay, wait, it's a 1 minute, huh? Oh, I know. Okay, cool. Okay, hello everybody. How's it going? Good. Okay, let's do some just quiz of the audience just to get some engagement and see where everyone's at. Who here works with data analytics? Okay, a lot of people actually, yeah. So what do people do in data analytics? Just by show of hands, or like, is there a data analyst, data scientist, machine learning engineer? Okay, so I guess the next question is like, what does a data analyst do? Analyze. Okay, yeah, analyze, okay. Oh, with what type of, so they're typically analyzing data in like a structured format, right? Like a CSV file, an Excel file. And then what type of tools do you use to analyze data? Pandas, Excel, R. tons of tools, right? So, okay, so who here has heard about the massive job loss that we're all imminently facing, right, due to AI? Okay, yeah, so I wanted to build an AI analyst. So I used Claude Code I can just run the app like this, right? So I just run command. It loads up a Streamlit, runs up the Streamlit app. So I have this data set here of Amazon e-commerce data. So I have, this file is called top seller controller. So this is like, anyone plays video games, right? These are the top selling controllers on Amazon. So you have the title of the controller, you have the ASIN, which is like an Amazon serial number, you have the sales rank, so the #1 sales rank would be the most high selling controller, the monthly sold, the high price, the low price, the review, and the number of offers. So my app, what it does is you upload a data file, so I'm uploading top seller controller here, and it automates the interpretation of that data file. So just like you could pay an analyst $80,000 a year plus benefits plus time off, he has to take bathroom breaks, he has to do all of these, he's very pampered, but like an AI analyst can work 24/7 and generate these pretty killer insights. So if we look at these insights, right, it's telling me the average price spread, the sales concentration, the competition. So it calculated, this is connected to like a LLM model in the back that I've downloaded locally, so Quen, but it could be OpenAI model or Anthropic model. So it's generated this competition tier metric, and it's recommending to me as the CEO, right, that look, I need to investigate some of the outliers, I need to target high volume products for competitive analysis, I need to, low competition density suggests room for new entrants, right? That's a pretty targeted insight. And so now I've got this nice pretty dashboard of the key metrics, right? CEOs and executives love metrics. So I've got these metrics here, and I've got a nice data visualization right here. So the the types of sellers and their buy box distribution. So that's something specific to Amazon sales. And here it's told me the top 10 products by revenue. So it's giving me basically, that's also a helpful insight for me to know what the top sellers are in the category. So that's basically, there are some data quality issues, which is always going to be an issue, right? That's kind of the 80% of the work of a data scientist is like data cleanup. So, there's still that to contend with, but overall, this is like a pretty cool use of AI to, help or replace an analyst. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Bobby. A lot of crackle going on with the mic, but we have a backup here in case people need. Next up, we're gonna have Andy, Barbecue Andy, who's gonna come up and talk to us about his experience with OpenClaw.
I'm gonna try to airdrop this. Oh, there's a password. Okay.
Hello, hello.
Testing. Hi guys. I'm gonna share something a little different. I was kind of like one of the OG members of AI Clubhouse, and I had a great opportunity to get to know JM and Robin the last few months. And since then, is this working? Okay, great, this is working. So, I showed up to that's really, wow. Maybe we go this way. Yay! Yeah, we do it. Yeah, so I'm a non-technical person. That means like I don't code. I don't know how to code, okay? I had to learn a lot in the last few months, like vocabulary and stuff, we'll get into it. So February is when we had the first meetup, and I joined the Telegram group, a lot of resource there. Any question I had, somebody would just jump in and give me advice, get through this complexity of getting OpenClaw to work. 4 in the morning. I don't know why some people are up 4 in the morning, but they're probably up doing the same thing I'm doing, trying to get their OpenClaw to work, right? And I had to start learning some of the language, like some of these vocabulary you see here, right? Everything felt very foreign to me. And the turning point was in March last month in Koreatown. JM was kind enough to walk us through an OpenClaw setup. I got it running, but when I left the venue, and when I got home, the Wi-Fi is different. I didn't know there's a gateway. Like, what is a gateway? Like, what is this, like Star Trek? Like, what is gateway, right? What do you mean you need a gateway issue? Like, hello? So, anyways, I named my OpenClaw Jarvis. Here's a picture of him. If you look very closely, he like put this name inside. Look at this. I didn't even tell him to do that. I just said like, make an Iron Man, and then, he knows his name with a claw, and he put his name on it. I was like, kind of scary how much it could do already. So what I built is I connected Jarvis to Telegram and Slack, and I connected Jarvis to my Outlook, which was what I'm finding out, that was a very hard task. I'm very proud that I got that done, 4 a.m. in the morning. So now Jarvis could like surmise emails. He could create calendar events for me as well. And I think why this matters in AI is like, so we can move faster, we could reduce any manual follow-ups, coordinate across multiple tools, and spend more time on high-value decisions in our lives. What's next for me is like to build more agents. So OpenClaw could have as many agents as you want to patiently create, I guess. And then I want to connect my CRM, and the next AI would be named Pepper Potts. It would be my executive assistant in CRM management. And building out a multifamily agent real estate workflow. I currently have it on my Claude cowork, but I can't really interact that well from my phone, but with OpenClaw I can interact it as long as I have internet anywhere, right? So, you want to see a quick demo? Yeah. So, let's do it live. Let's see. So, by the way, I have Jarvis installed on a PC at home that's on a screensaver. And, okay, it's typing, so it's there. I'm gonna wake him up. And, yeah, I didn't have to buy a Mac Mini or anything. I had a laptop sitting around, just created a new profile. And that's it, and it's working. So it's there. So let's say create calendar for tomorrow. Let's say 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. for breakfast. Okay. And then what Jarvis will do is going to start thinking. So it's talking to my computer right now, that's home. And once it says, it takes a second. Usually I'm doing this when I drive with my Tesla on full self-drive, okay? I'm paying attention. At least the AI is paying attention to the road, right? And then I'm like, I can't really open the calendar and click all these buttons. So then Jarvis comes in, hey, I need you to create this calendar event, right? Okay, great. So it created it. You see that? But yeah, but you want to see it? Let's see it. Let's see if it really did it. Let's do a little quality test here. So tomorrow morning, okay, you're gonna see all my stuff for tomorrow. So there it is, breakfast at 8 a.m. It just created that. One thing that I realized is that there's these like tokens, and then with Microsoft, the token always kind of complex. So one day Jarvis is like, hey, I'm just gonna get the token for you every day. I was like, I didn't even tell you to do that. So that was kind of cool. that's one use case, but it could also triage my email. If I ask it like what's going on in my email today, it will do that. So yeah, just like real big shout out to AI Clubhouse, and like if I could do it with no technical skills, you could do it too. And I am a real estate operator, been doing this for 11 years, and my goal is to scale our real estate company with AI automations, and that's my Instagram if you want to follow me. I do a lot of real estate content if you're interested in that. Thank you.
Hell yeah, thank you, Andy. Andy has been a very awesome, loyal member of our community, helping us get linked to REM for this venue as well, so really appreciate you, Andy. We're gonna make the barbecue happen, by the way. Don't worry. Next up, we're gonna have Leo. He's gonna come, if he's here. Is Leo in the house? Going once, going twice. Out. Okay, next up we're gonna have Misha. Is Misha in the house? Going once, going twice. All right, we're going to have a demo from a member of our clubhouse up here who is going to demo us his awesome AI setup.
Testing. That's my DJ voice. I was a DJ for years, so I'm accustomed to talking on these things. Thank you. So this is a bit of a freestyle. My name is Duran Davis. I run a company called Labs. We raised a lot of money. Well, compared to OpenAI and them nowadays, we didn't raise that much. But I'm gonna show you guys what we built. We being my wife and I. She's at home at the moment with our son. He's 5 months. Yeah. That all is typically people thinking that's our first child. We have 9 kids. Yeah. 5 teenagers and 3 little ones. Yeah. Believe it or not. Awesome here? Okay, perfect. There you go. Appreciate it. Yeah, so our son is 5 months, our daughter is 4, our other daughter is 2, and our oldest child is 21, and I'm 39 if anyone's guessing. Yeah. So I am technical by trade, software engineer. I thought I was done with coding until, like agentic programming came about. Graphic designer as well, fashion designer. I'm from Detroit originally, if that means anything. Been in LA about 10 years. Okay, let me do the same airplay. Cool, let's see here. Getting the wheel of death. Oh, you plugged me in to the HDMI, perfect. Okay, let's see here. I see. No, I'm already connected. That's why my, just probably slow me down a bit. Yeah, just unplug this. I'm gonna do the airdrop. As soon as the wheel of death stuff. Okay, I'll do this quick. Let's see, there we go. I'm just gonna connect to AirPlay because sometimes these cause conflict. All right, perfect, here we go. Let's see here. That just happened.
As we're sitting up, how are folks doing? Good? Alive? Hell yeah. We'll have one more demo after this.
That happens sometimes.
All right, we're back in session.
Okay. So what I want to show really quickly. So typically my work setup, this may be useful to some people. This is Claude Code. Because the context windows is a million context window, of course. But these testing. I'll just project. So these typically work better based on folders and actually structure them as if they're separate projects. That's how I like to actually work it, and I name them so we can actually understand. And especially given, thank you, especially given the context around work in this particular thing, it's a bit frustrating sometimes because typically I'll have to paste it in there, work in it, see here, copious project, and then I'll actually place the project and have the folder structured. And then it allows the actual AI model to work a bit better. So this is one of the setups. I use all of the models. And our platform can code itself as well. Oh, let me swipe over. Let's see here. Let's see. There we go. Bingo. All right, so I'm gonna open a few windows and I'm gonna show you guys Copious, which is what we're working on. Just for context, we were building a social network for taste called Yummy, and that's what we raised funding against. And it was really hard for us to recruit in LA from a skills perspective. So my wife, and this is like, gave her the ability to say she was smarter than me. She was like, we just need to utilize the tools that exist, stupid. And we did, and we, by mistake, we built out this agentic model that built our app for us. It rebuilt the app because we already had to build the app manually. And it just showed us how incompetent we really were. And as a result, we started showing investors, and they say, you guys should turn that into a product. So that's what we actually did, and we're going to be releasing it to more people in the next few weeks. So this is the actual Swift package project. So I do look at the code manually to ensure that it's just not a bunch of slop. But for the most part, the agent does the programming. So I'm going to build it here in real time and then show you guys the platform really quick. I'm looking at the timer. So it's actually building, and it's running from Xcode. So for those who don't know, this is the native interface that Apple gives you to build iOS apps and build Mac OS apps. And this is what I utilize through Codex, through Claude, and through our actual platform. So for context around Copious, so the way that we're positioning Copious, I was talking earlier to a few people as an AI orchestration engine, so AOE. And I see the world of AI going towards this whole idea of orchestration, because unlike traditionally with the mobile phone, with Apple locking it in and Google locking in the phone, it's a totally different dynamic. Open source is not going to go away, and I think the frontier model companies, they understand this, so it's going to be this hybrid approach. And what I'm looking at as an investor, because I invest as well, so if you guys are raising money, come and talk to me after, is who's going to build the App Store layer, what the iPhone had actually unlocked. The iPhone itself wasn't unlocked. And then when Benny Hoff went and talked to Steve Jobs, at least how the story is read, they had this App Store idea, and that opened trillions of dollars of mobile-first companies. And so we're much smarter as a community, so we're talking about this stuff. These are the landlines, open weights, APIs. There's going to be a layer with all of that stuff goes to the back, and you can just press one button and get these things to work. So that's what I'm looking at as an investor. Okay, so it states that it's running. Let me see here. So we have two projects simultaneously. So this is the dev version. We also have the version for the end users, and they run simultaneously. So when the code is updated here, it's updated in the Xcode project file as well. So let's see where Copious is. Let's see here. Maybe it's behind here. Where are you? You're not over there. Where are you hiding, honeybee? It states that it's open here. Let's find it. Where are you, honeybee? Okay, open Copious. There we go, I see it over here. I found it, let's move it over. Okay, so, no. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see. Open. And later. Exit. Okay, perfect. So So this is the actual Copious. Okay, so what you're looking at here is our idea of how this orchestration engine is actually going to work. So my wife had the idea, again, I gotta shout her out, she's not here. I had these tabs, as you guys saw with the old Copious behind this one. I have like 13 versions. She's like, no, people need to understand it. We built it, but give it sections. I was like, no, we don't need that. But she was correct, because when we tested it with people, they like it better this way. So with Copious, you can think, you can talk, you can build, you can operate, you can discover. And we want to get to the point where you don't have to touch the AI, where you literally can just talk to it and it can operate for you. And that's this feature here called Conscious. I don't know if the volume is going to be connected.
It looks like you're in the Conscious overlay enclave. How can I orchestrate your experience tonight?
I'm here presenting.
I'm right here, Durand. What's on your mind?
I'm here presenting to an audience. I need you to open chat so I can actually send a message. So this here is what we refer to as Kaya. It's actually named after my wife as well. It's Conscious Maya. And it orchestrates, it's probably not gonna pick it up because the audio piece here, but the idea is that as you're moving around Copious and you're utilizing Copious, it's actually learning your actions. So we call these voice to action like models where it can literally do anything for you. It's going to give you suggestions, like you'll see these suggestions popping up. Hey, you want me to create this note for you? Hey, you want me to do this? And if you don't choose it in about 90 seconds, it just disappears. So like now, you see one there, capture that, what you discussed. And I can actually click there and it can actually capture the note. So we're far away from this, far away in AI, it's like 3 weeks, where it's actually going to be better. It can see too. So if I turn on the video here, let me see, allow. So it will be able to actually see me. And then it can actually talk. I can show it my phone and describe to it what I'm actually attempting to build and attempting to code out. In addition to that, we have our core voice, which we refer to as Honeybee. So if I launch Honeybee, hey, Honeybee. Hey, Honeybee.
Hey, Durand.
Hey, I'm here at an OpenClaw event, and we're showing Copious, we're showing you to a particular audience. Can you say hi to the audience?
Hello, everyone. It's so great to be a part of.
Can you see me now, Honeybee? So the idea here, I can actually drop this window. I can start, we have connectors inside of here, so you can actually add your connectors. And again, everyone, this is all natively. So it's probably about 350,000 lines of code. We're attempting to narrow that down so it can move faster. But the first tab that you guys see down here is Clay. This is where you get your experience. So if you want to program inside of Copious, you can actually do that as well through Codina. And Codina is just a name that stands for Code Engine Architect, Codina. So you can code here natively. We have a frontier model that we refer to as COME. That's Conduction Orchestration Model Architecture, COME 1. And I was actually doing some fine tuning when we were sitting there. In addition to that, if you go inside of Craft here, you can do some vibe, because people like that. The gentleman and I were just talking about the vibe word. I'm okay with these terms. But also, quickly, what I'll show you all, somebody was talking about a browser. So this is Cosmos. And as you guys can see, it's a bit of a difference here at the top, WAW. It actually stands for World Agentic Web. So we want to change the entire dynamic of how the internet works. So we don't believe that the agents are going to go through the traditional internet at all. So this is why, if you guys see, WPAPS is Parallel Agent Protocol Socket Layer, and WAW is World Agentic Web.cosmos.agent. So if any event you want to do the traditional browsing, you can actually just click on www, and you can browse inside of here. This is our website. You can open Apis, and Apis would actually give you some opinions about the site, and you can talk to it. But agents are not going to be in the traditional internet or the traditional browser framework, because it just doesn't work for it, and they kind of still think that there are bots that are there. So if you come inside of the actual browser, come into a close, so you see here it can't resolve on the agenternet. You can actually get a .agent. We have .documents and different type of file formats where you can actually browse. The agents can actually browse themselves. Which brings me to our services. So here, this is Concierge. So these are going to be Copious branded, actual agentic services. I have my calendar here, I have email, but the irony is this is not an email for me. This is the email for agents. So agent to agent email protocol. So it's 5 hubs inside of one interface. And again, this started as a linear project. When my wife and I were programming this, it was literally just for us to build an app. The first initial interface was terrible, but we have a design background. And when we built this out, we said, oh, okay, so we got to productize this now. So it's going to be available free. You're not going to have to add your API or anything like that because a lot of this stuff is foundational, it's hosted locally. So you literally just need a basic Mac computer. You guys can get in touch with me. I'll send you guys some of the links. And then the next month, it's going to be available to everyone. But in the next 2 weeks, we're going to continue our alpha program. I don't have much time to show the whole thing, but you guys can get in touch with me and we can actually give you guys access so you can demo it yourself. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Last but not least, we have Arian, are you here? Who graciously gave us this venue, who wanted to demo something real quick. But if he is not here, oh, he's coming. He's coming. This is gonna be our, you good? It's you. Yeah. Hope you guys are doing good. And yeah, after this, we're gonna have, at least an hour to mingle here, and we'll see how long the host wants to keep us here before he kicks us out, but I'll let him take it away.
And thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for hosting everything. Great crowd. Awesome. Good job. That's awesome. So I've been building websites and working with SEO since 2006. So the thing that I made, I'm just really stoked about it because anybody who builds a website, right, you got to figure out what's kind of wrong with it. And if you have never done it before, what even questions do you ask? So, even if you do know, it's like, what's the aesthetic telling you? What is the heading? What's the heading telling you? And whether or not you could potentially use better graphics, maybe some animation suggestions, maybe a better headline. All these different things. That takes a serious amount of knowledge to be able to actually identify all of that. So, I'm going to show you something really quick. So I built this other tool. Wait, okay. I built this first tool. I'm going to show you my first website, and I had somebody else make it, and I should have just done it myself. And it's funny because it's for this place. It's not like terrible, but it's not great. So what we did, I used Claude Code. We literally built it in the last 2 weeks. And so what we do is if you have a beginning site, this thing's gonna automatically build it out with certain aesthetic. Now, if you have an existing website, it will also make that much better. So we took this URL, uploaded it into our tool, and turned it into this. So that's the first part, and you can go light or dark. There's the logo that comes in. More animations. I was just blown away by the quality of this because this kind of site you'd be paying thousands of dollars for. Even this day, you have to find an expert that can really build all this stuff out.
How much are you selling it for?
You'll just wait, there's more. So, I'm thinking 1,000, all in. Now, here's the thing, I've been studying SEO since 2006. If you want the SEO package, you gotta pay an expert thousands of dollars, and then 90% of the time they rip you off anyway. I spent at least 10 grand learning that. Now, anyway, that's another conversation, but I'm just gonna go through a few more pages here. But there will be an SEO package available. This is the first round if you wanted to buy it. I'm not trying to sell anything at the moment. I'm just showing you, this is 48 hours old. So, now, we get to this point. It looks great. Okay, cool. But each one of these little things on top, is it actually going to speak to Google? Is AI going to actually pick it up? That's where the expertise comes in, and the stuff that really the juice comes in to be able to identify yourself, to be qualified to show up in the AI search engines. So AEO and SEO is really what it's about. So in order to get to that point. But if you have a site, what do you even ask? So I built this. This one is 24 hours old. Okay, so I put this in. Here's my website. It analyzed the old site. It analyzes page by page. You come down here, Look, it's going to embarrass me real quick. Generic H1, rewrite the lead unit with the dual event differentiator and guest outcome. No pricing visible. Now, I know all this stuff. I knew I needed to rebuild it, but now it's showing me in real time all the stuff that's really wrong with it. So what it does is identifies problems. Then it tells you how to fix them and gives you suggestions how to make it look better and also show up in the search engines much more clean. So it gives you the first little thing. CTA needs work, mobile friendly, that's good. But you come down here, check this out, and it points out even further details where these would be at on your page. So it's analyzing every page. Now, if you come over here, open in full detail. Check this out. Gives you headlines, analyzes your headline, but then it says, you know what, here's a better one maybe. Here's an idea 1, here's idea 2. Now check this out. Niche-based recommendations. So what it does, it analyzes your site. It analyzes competitors in the area, and it finds other stuff that's in whatever niche that you have. And it will see what's working for those other sites. Therefore, it will give you recommendations here for graphics, for animations, for UI structure, for traffic optimization. All this in one tool. That's just the top of it. So we're gonna go down, well, actually, so you can go to page by page and it'll tell you page by page what's missing for every single one of them. And I didn't even know I had a 404 in there, that's funny. Now, critical problems, it'll bounce this out. Niche analysis, top competitors, and then what's working for them. Graphics, animation, again. And then these kind of gives you even more details. H1 event space category, not the outcome. Anyway, I know I'm limited for time here, but I'll just blast to the last little bit here. This is all pretty common stuff right here, but just really innovative stuff that I was always looking to see how I could improve even that nice looking site that I had already built here. But now I'm going to put this through my new tool and then make some additional edits to it and turn it into something that's going to show up in the search engines, because most of the time they're just business cards, right? Here's my website. Oh, well, does Google see it? No. I mean, anyway, that's a whole other conversation. And if you want to get further into this, I'm throwing an event in 2 weeks here, Saturday, May 9th, and I would love to have you guys there. And this right here is the QR code if you want to register. $19, but since you're here today, we're going to give you guys 50% off, so nearly free. Again, I would love to share more of my expertise, because again, I've been studying this for a very long time. I have not paid for advertising for my company for 15 years, and I average 30 to 40 calls per week. So this is the kind of stuff that I can help with, and showing up in local search engines, what it's all about. Local search engines. Really? Man, I just tested it. It's funny. Okay, this one will. Sorry. That's super annoying. That's a serious expert right there, huh? Sorry. Weird. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Yeah, why doesn't Luma allow you just to create a QR code, right? Does it? Yeah, you have to generate it, right? Sorry, guys. Super annoying. Thought I had it all figured out. Anyway, if you guys are interested, can you come up to me and I'll figure it out, and just please come talk to me if you have any questions about any of this kind of stuff. I would love to help you guys. I'll print it out so that it'll be around, okay, so that you can scan it. I'll go do it right now. Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you, Ariel. All right. All right, thank you. That's okay. Yeah, that's it for our demonstration. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. We have this venue for another hour, so please mingle, get to know each other, and yeah, I hope you guys had a good time. Appreciate you coming. Thank you.